Hello everybody, this is Sally, your Monday vlogger for Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works. Oh my gosh, you know what? I don't have the page with the question on it in front of me, but I'm going to wing it because I've got everything else laid out in front of me to share with you today. Today's question is about what is your go-to protein meal, recipes, whatever. So I thought I would show you, not many people really ask me what I eat. I think they kind of know I eat a little differently than the average weight loss surgery patient. I had RNY. It'll be 2 years in November. I've been at goal over a year, and I just eat a normative, healthy, balanced food diet regimen, but very, very little animal flesh protein. Not for any philosophical reasons, except that, as most of you know, that protein did not sit well with me after my surgery, and you kind of lose a taste for something that you get stuck on every time you eat it. I am extremely healthy. My hemoglobin is really high, so I'm not deficient in anything, even though I don't eat a lot of animal flesh. I would be glad to eat a piece of poached fish. Gee, I guess I should have poached you a piece to show you that too. I don't do it very often, but I can if I think about it. I find it easy to go to my Go Food daily routine, and I'm going to share that with you now. In the morning when I get up, and I've had about 4 cups of coffee, and I'm getting ready to walk the dog or go to the gym, I go to these. Pure protein, 200 calories, 20 grams of protein. I go out the door, and I'm really good, and it's sufficient for many, many hours, and it holds me through my workout at the gym. When I come home for lunch, if I have not had it for breakfast instead, I eat my ever faithful bowl of lentils. I might eat a little bit more than that. See that? That's all I had left in the pot from what I made. That's some lentils. Those are a couple of little sliced beets I cooked this week, a little Greek yogurt, and a little sriracha on the top, and some beet juice that was left in the bowl. Lentils are extremely good for you. They're very high in protein, right under soybeans. I don't worry about complex protein combos too much because you don't have to eat them at the same time of day as long as you're eating, you know, like beans and rice. If you have beans one part of the day and rice at another, or a grain and a what, as long as they're in the same 24-hour period, some of your body somehow puts it all together, apparently. Then if I want a little snack or some dessert, I have Greek yogurt. And here is my Greek yogurt all made up. It has a little bit of chopped apple. Matter of fact, this is homemade Greek yogurt. I made it myself. I can't guarantee how much protein is in now that I made it myself, but usually I just give the faya. And then there's a little bit of, not granola, muesli. Muesli is lower in fat. Granola's got some, more sugar and more fat in it, I think. So I just use a little. That is absolutely delicious. And I put a little sweetener or a little vanilla Torani in it. Now, last Monday, I took my daughter to eat in a Mediterranean restaurant, a little sandwich place. I'd never been. And I wanted to try a lot of different things they had. Well, one of the things they had, was a vegetarian kebab. They had kebabs and stuff, but they made a vegetarian. Basically, it's a lentil and chickpea and bulgur patty. I found recipes online, and I sauteed some onion, and you throw it all in the food processor, cooked lentils, cooked chickpeas or canned lentils, canned chickpeas, and a little bulgur. And if you've not bought bulgur, you could use a little, I used some chickpea flour too that I had. But see, that's all high in protein, and I either eat them cold or you can fry them in the pan. This is very traditional Turkish kind of Mediterranean fare that we just don't even think about in the United States. And again, those are two little beets that I have, slices of beets that I made, and that's a little yogurt, and that's a little pomegranate drizzle. Okay, that's what I usually have, and I might have 2 of those patties, but that would be what I'd have for my meal. I'm a big fan of cottage cheese, and you know cottage cheese, if you're hungry, 12 grams of protein in a half a cup, you can't beat cottage cheese. Another place that I get my protein is this. Nothing I ever would have bought in my whole life, except that when you don't eat a lot of meat. Now I can eat a hamburger, and I don't mind eating some meat, but usually meat and just being dry and hard, and I just don't enjoy it. But TVP is texturized vegetable protein, and it's so easy. It's like making stovetop stuffing. Basically, hot water, put this in it, it swells up, it softens, and it's like granulated hamburger or ground turkey without the grease. without having to rinse the grease off. Very similar in texture. I mean, really the same. And if you put it in a pot of chili or in spaghetti sauce, you can't tell the difference. It may not have the same as much flavor, but you can always add beef flavoring, stock, or bouillon, or whatever. It's fine. I use this often because it's just easier than frying up a pound of hamburger. If I'm going to eat hamburger, I want it to be in a hamburger form. I'm ready to eat it then. Okay, so there's that. Oh, and another little thing I was going to share with you. This is something that I swore I was going to get more into. This is tofu. This happens to actually be More Than Tofu is the name of it, and it is made by my daughter, and where she lives at Twin Oaks Commune. They make awesome, awesome firm tofu. All kinds of foodie bloggers write about their tofu, use their tofu. It's very popular, but you just can't get it all over the United States. This is another sub-brand they sell, More Than Tofu. I love their plain old tofu because you can make stuff with it, but I'm going to make something with this today. This is their Indian masala tofu, and I'm going to tell you that there's 8 grams of protein in 1/6 of this package. That's 2 ounces. So, and there's 80 calories. 80 calories for 8 grams of protein. I don't know how you can do better. You know, of course you could do better than that. So what I want you to see is that there's a recipe I use. Here is the block of tofu, and this is Indian masala tofu, so it's already got flavorings in it. But you're basically going to crumble this up like this with your hands. And I have made this, oh, I can't tell you how many times I've made this now, and it's so stinking delicious. Now my hands are going to be covered. All right, basically any old dry, firm tofu. Oh, I'm afraid to touch my computer. Okay, tofu in there. There's recipes online. Look up tofu ricotta. A little lemon juice. I don't know what the lemon juice is for. Your various seasonings, and I am going to add today this, which my daughter brought me from the commune because I couldn't find any at the local market. And it is, don't take offense at the name, it's called nutritional yeast. Don't be aghast. It's nothing like yeast you can bake with. It's called nudi or nushi or yeshi, or it's very popular down under, I understand. It adds more protein, all kinds of B vitamins, all kinds of other good stuff. I was going to print off the info, but then my computer froze up. But anyway, I've never really, she brought me some to use. They sprinkle it on popcorn or put it on bread. I'm going to taste it. Tastes good. They make macaroni and cheese with it too. It doesn't taste like anything. So you put a little of that in there, and that's going to increase the protein. Basically, you mush all this up, you add some more seasonings, and then what I'm going to do is layer it in a casserole. And this is my eggplant that I just julienned off my latest little gizmo here. And I'm going to do a whole layering lasagna. I don't use pasta noodles anymore. I never use pasta noodles. What's the point? I do this for everything. I do this for layered lasagna. I use zucchini, and I make ribbons, and I use that over pasta sauce over that. So that's kind of what I do. Now, I think that shows you pretty much. Oh, and here's something I bought and never ate. God, I've got too much of this in the freezer. Just so you know, though, it's P28 protein bread. And it's kind of hard to swallow down unless you toast it good. But one slice is 130 calories and 14 grams of protein to one slice of bread. So if you're ever going to have bread or use breadcrumbs, blah, 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 you can order this online. It's about $5 a loaf. And it's been in my freezer like a year, and I forget it's in there. So I just thought I'd show that to you too. There's all kinds of ways to get your protein in, folks. I just don't want you to think there's only one way, through animal meat. Of course, there's fish and scallops and stuff like that and shrimp that I'll eat. And I do love a hamburger, but I was just going to show this. I have a list of my go-to protein choices. I think I covered them all. I do shakes on occasion. Dry roasted edamame is good. That's something you can buy, and that's a good sneaky snack. That's pretty much what I do, guys. That's what I eat. And I'm going to tell you now, all my blood work is good. I'm strong. I'm healthy. I have energy every day. And I looked up protein deficiency because I didn't want people to worry about me. And I want you to know that I don't have any of the signs of protein deficiency at all. It's depression. It's lethargy. I have more energy and more oomph than I've had my whole life. And I eat less animal flesh protein, but plenty of other sources of protein. So don't be afraid to explore, but listen to your doctor, but think for yourself. Work it out. This is what I do. Love you guys. Getting ready to make a new batch of dal that I've never had before. I'll show it to you. I went to the Global today. I got a new bag of lentils and this black chickpeas. I'm very excited. They're supposed to have a wonderful smoky flavor, and I'll let you know more about that later on my own channel. You guys take care. Have a great day. Eat your protein in whatever form you find it in. Peace out.